Every institution that tried to stop Ed Thorp made him richer. Casinos banned him. He pivoted to Wall Street. Wall Street tried to copy him. They couldn't. The SEC investigated him. Found nothing. He walked away with hundreds of millions. One man, 30 years. Every powerful institution on Earth. 0 wins against him. 1962. Las Vegas. Caesar's Palace. Ed Thorp sits at a blackjack table. 30 years old. Thin. Unremarkable. Looks like an accountant on vacation. The dealer studies him. Something is wrong. This man wins too consistently. Not every hand, but enough. Way more than probability allows. The pit boss watches from a distance, arms crossed, suspicious. Thorp places his bet. Calm, methodical. The dealer deals. Thorp wins again. The pit boss walks over, leans down, whispers to the dealer. The dealer reshuffles, mid-shoe, breaks protocol, trying to disrupt whatever Thorp is doing. Thorp smiles, adjusts, keeps winning. By midnight, he's up $11,000. The casino has seen enough. 2 men appear behind him. Large, suits. "Sir, we need you to leave." Thorp stands, collects his chips, walks to the cashier, walks out. Banned from Caesar's Palace for doing nothing illegal, for being too good at math. But here's what the casino doesn't know. This is just practice. The real game hasn't started yet. And the table Thorp is about to sit at makes Caesar's Palace look like a lemonade stand. How does a math professor beat every casino in Las Vegas, then take the same formula to Wall Street and make hundreds of millions? And why couldn't anyone stop him? Drop a comment. Where are you watching from? For 30 years, Ed Thorp did something no mathematician had ever done. He proved that supposedly random systems weren't random at all. Blackjack, roulette, the stock market, all of them beatable with the right formula. Casinos called it cheating. Wall Street called it impossible. The SEC called it suspicious. Thorp called it math. 3 things made him untouchable. 1. He never broke a single rule. Every casino, every trade, every fund, completely legal. They investigated him repeatedly, found nothing. You can't stop someone who beats you within your own rules. 2. When institutions closed one door, he found another. Banned from blackjack, he cracked roulette. Banned from casinos entirely, he went to Wall Street. Forced out by Giuliani's raid, he opened a new fund. Every obstacle became a pivot. 3. He published everything. His blackjack formula, his roulette system, his market theories. Gave it all away in books anyone could read. Because he knew that understanding the theory and executing it perfectly are completely different things. This is how a math professor humiliated every powerful institution that came after him. And why Warren Buffett eventually had to admit Thorp had found something nobody else could replicate. Math professor, obsessed with probability, saw casinos the same way he saw equations, something to be solved. 1958. Ed Thorp reads a paper on blackjack strategy. Published by 4 U.S. Army mathematicians. Basic strategy. Reduces the house edge to almost 0. Almost 0 isn't 0. Thorp sees what the mathematicians missed. They optimized static decisions. He wants something dynamic. A system that changes as the game changes. He gets access to an IBM 704 mainframe computer at MIT, one of the most powerful computers in the world in 1958. He runs simulations, thousands of hands, millions of combinations. The results are clear. Card counting works. Track which cards have been played. Adjust bet sizes based on what remains in the deck. The math is unambiguous. High cards remaining. Good for player. Bet more. Low cards remaining. Good for dealer. Bet less. Simple in theory, brutal in execution. Here's what nobody tells you about card counting. The casinos aren't your only enemy. Your own brain is. Counting cards while appearing relaxed, while calculating bet sizes, while watching the dealer, while ignoring pit bosses, watching you while pretending to be a tourist having fun. Most people who understand the theory can't execute it under pressure. Thorp can. 1961. He tests the system in Reno with $10,000 borrowed from a mysterious backer he'll only ever call Mr. X. Professional gambler. Connected. Dangerous. First session. Up $300 in 1 hour. Second session. Pit boss starts watching. Thorp adjusts. Bets smaller. Looks more casual. Third session. Up $700. In 1 weekend, Thorp turns $10,000 into $21,000. The system works. Not theoretically. Actually. 1962. He publishes Beat the Dealer, the first mathematically proven method for beating blackjack. Becomes a bestseller. Casinos panic. The problem isn't Thorp specifically. It's every person who reads his book and tries the system. Suddenly, blackjack tables fill with people counting cards, losing badly because they can't execute. But occasionally, someone gets it right and walks out with thousands. Casinos respond. Multiple decks instead of one. Frequent reshuffles. Banning suspected counters. Changing rules. But here's the obstacle. The rule changes hurt the casinos themselves. Make blackjack less attractive. Players stop coming. Casinos reverse some changes. Live with the card counters. Try to identify and ban them instead. They banned Thorp from every major casino in Nevada. Most people stop here. They've proven the theory, made some money, written a book. It's enough. Thorp sees a new door. If cards can be tracked, if probability shifts can be calculated. What about a spinning wheel? 1961. Parallel to the blackjack work. Thorp partners with Claude Shannon, MIT mathematician, father of information theory. Between them, the two most dangerous mathematical minds in America. They build the world's first wearable computer, size of a cigarette pack, hidden in a shoe, toe-operated switches, tiny speaker in the ear. The device tracks roulette wheel speed, ball speed, calculates where the ball will land, predicts a sector of the wheel before bets close. They test it in Las Vegas. It works. Gives them a 44% edge over the house. They stop using it. Not because it doesn't work, because the wire connecting the toe switch to the ear speaker keeps breaking. Too unreliable for serious money. But the principle is proven. Physics isn't random. Neither is probability. Now, Thorp has beaten blackjack mathematically, built a computer that beats roulette physically. Every casino in Nevada has his photo at the entrance. The casino game is over. He needs a bigger table. (1965). Thorp reads about warrants, financial instruments that give the right to buy stock at a fixed price in the future. He sees it immediately. Warrants are mispriced, systematically. consistently. Here's the math reveal. A warrant's value depends on the probability that a stock will reach a certain price before expiration. That probability can be calculated. If the calculated value differs from the market price, that's an exploitable edge. The same edge counting cards gives you in blackjack. Small, consistent, compounding. Wall Street in 1965 prices warrants by gut feeling, by experience, by intuition. Thorp prices them by formula. He's not guessing. He's calculating. Every single time. 1967. He publishes Beat the Market. Same concept as Beat the Dealer. Here's the formula. Here's how to use it. Here's the math that proves it works. Wall Street ignores it. Academic theory. Professors don't beat markets. That's what traders are for. Thorp decides to prove them wrong. 1969. He founds Princeton Newport Partners, hedge fund. Thorp managing the mathematics. J. Regan managing the trading operation in New York. The strategy: find mispriced options and warrants. Hedge the position to remove market risk. Collect the pricing discrepancy as pure profit. Not betting on stocks going up or down. Betting on the math being right. This is the obstacle. Options pricing theory doesn't officially exist yet. Black-Scholes formula, the equation that will eventually win a Nobel Prize for formalizing options pricing, won't be published until 1973. Thorp has already been using his own version for 4 years. He's not following the market. He's ahead of it. First year, 13% return. Second year, 26%. Third year, the same. Consistent, predictable, almost mechanical. Wall Street notices. Competitors try to reverse engineer his positions, study his trades, figure out the formula. They can't. Not because the math is too complex. Because execution requires discipline most traders don't have. When your formula says sell, you sell. Even if every instinct says hold. When your formula says buy, you buy. Even if the market looks terrifying. Thorp follows the formula. Always. No emotion. No intuition. No deviation. The fund grows. Millions become tens of millions. Tens of millions become hundreds of millions. From 1969 to 1988, 19 consecutive years of positive returns, never a losing year. Average annual return, 19%. For context, Warren Buffett averages 20% over the same period, but Buffett is taking market risk, concentrated bets, years of losses followed by massive gains. Thorp's 19% comes with almost zero volatility. Steady, consistent, risk-controlled. Then the obstacle that can't be solved. 1987. Rudy Giuliani is U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, making his reputation prosecuting Wall Street. Ivan Boesky, Drexel Burnham Lambert, Michael Milken. Princeton Newport Partners is next. December 1987. Federal agents raid the New Jersey office. Computers seized. Files confiscated. Employees arrested. The charge: tax fraud related to stock parking. A scheme involving Drexel Burnham Lambert. Allegations that Princeton Newport employees helped hide stock positions to avoid taxes. Thorp is in California. Not named personally. Not charged. But the investigation destroys the fund anyway. Investors panic. Withdraw money. Partners can't function under federal scrutiny. 1988. Princeton Newport Partners closes. Not because Thorp lost. Not because the strategy failed. Because the legal cloud makes operation impossible. 5 Princeton Newport employees convicted. Convictions later overturned on appeal. Thorp himself? Never charged, never convicted, never found to have done anything illegal. Giuliani's raid closes the fund, but it doesn't stop Thorp. He opens a new fund, Ridgeline Partners. 1994. Same strategy. Refined, improved. Returns, 21% annually from 1994 to 2002. The institution that forced him out made him restructure. Restructuring made him better. Every institution that tried to stop Ed Thorp made him richer. 2002. Thorp closes Ridgeline Partners. Not forced out, not investigated. His choice. He's 70 years old, has more money than he'll ever spend. The market has changed. Edges are smaller, competition smarter. He walks away on his own terms. The only exit he ever accepts. Total career performance. From 1969 to 2002, his funds return an average of 20% annually with near zero down years. For comparison, $1 invested with Thorp in 1969 becomes $1,000 by 2002. The same dollar in the S&P 500 becomes $90. But here's what settles the debate forever. Warren Buffett, the greatest investor in history. 2004. Annual letter to Berkshire Hathaway shareholders. He admits it. The market has become too efficient. Too many smart people looking for the same edges. Finding underpriced stocks the way he built his career on has become nearly impossible. He's describing a world Ed Thorp helped create. Thorp's books gave the formula to everyone. His funds proved it worked. The academics and traders who studied his methods made markets more efficient, priced options correctly, closed the gaps Thorp had exploited. In making himself obsolete, Thorp changed how markets function. Buffett's admission isn't just conceding a point. It's confirmation that one math professor reshaped the entire financial system from a blackjack table in Reno. Today, Ed Thorp is 91 years old, still writes, still thinks about probability, still occasionally comments on markets. The casinos that banned him? Some no longer exist. The hedge funds that tried to copy him? Most collapsed. The SEC investigation? Nothing found. Princeton Newport Partners, closed by a raid that convicted nobody. Giuliani, eventually disgraced by circumstances entirely unrelated to Thorp. Every institution, 0 wins. The math professor sat down at the table, ran the numbers, collected his winnings, and walked away when he was ready. Not when they made him.